performance by one of these two guys could do wonders as far as their rankings here in KOK.
Red. Fight.
As Gökhan GÜLÜCÜ in the red, and Mansur CUMALİ. Whoa, my! This crowd loving this. They are very familiar with this guy, GÜLÜCÜ. I guarantee you, he's been around the block more than a time or two. As I mentioned, very experienced fighter. And the referee never set to break. And now it's GÜLÜCÜ, who looks to be like Bambi on ice at this point. Very big Bambi. It's actually more like a King Kong on ice, I suppose, if you're this heavy of a fighter. Look at this now. GÜLÜCÜ looks very unstable inside the ring right now. Cracking low kick, though, from the Turk. But I'll tell you what, both these guys, very heavy hitters. They do not call CUMALİ the tank for nothing. And GÜLÜCÜ certainly has his share of knockouts. Came rushing in that time with a big left hand. GÜLÜCÜ has got a long and storied history in Muay Thai. I know that he, most of his fights, a lot of his fights, have come under Muay Thai rules. You see he's got those Thai trunks on as we pause for a low blow.
Time. Fight.
Certainly here under KOK rules, I'm sure he's familiar with kickboxing. The 5-time Turkish champion is GÜLÜCÜ. And look at the way they're just roughhousing there. These big boys in there, grabbing, throwing each other. CUMALİ now just having his way with the Turk in there, bullying him around the ring.
Fight.
Looked to unload with a big right, but could not connect. GÜLÜCÜ, as I've seen him fight in the past, is a very defensive kind of a fighter. He's not the kind of guy that's a pressure fighter. He's not going to be up in your face. Whoa, he just unloaded with a right hand. That one was very close to striking the back of the head.
Fight.
30 seconds left on the clock here in round number 1. I think that CUMALİ is waiting for the opening to unload with a huge punch if he can. But GÜLÜCÜ is making it very hard for him to do that. And when he does unload like that, he's missing that. GÜLÜCÜ was looking to capitalize on that miss, but CUMALİ was able to reassess the situation and get out of harm's way. Oh my! CUMALİ again looking to take advantage of any situation possible. End of round 1. Take a look, folks. A very interesting round number 1. Neither guy really got in that huge, massive power shot that they were looking for. I did allude to it earlier on, that all it takes is one shot when you've got two guys this big inside the ring. Neither guy was able to get that shot yet, but we're only 1 round deep. Let's see what round number 2 brings us. Referee calling for the blue corner to be cleaned up a little bit first before we get back to action. That can be dangerous when you've got too much water there in the corner. It's a double-edged sword. It makes your fighter feel so refreshed. Whoa! GÜLÜCÜ went upstairs with a kick to open things up here, and immediately you can see he goes for that clinch behind the head. That's that Muay Thai that GÜLÜCÜ was so familiar with over the course of his career. He's wise enough, though, is the veteran, to release that clinch, but he just caught a shot right on the chin and another one. GÜLÜCÜ caught sleeping with his guard down and caught a couple of very strong shots upstairs in the face. That time, CUMALİ was able to predict that shot from GÜLÜCÜ and ducked right under it. GÜLÜCÜ, though, coming back with more. I'll tell you what, when these guys do unload, they really let it all fly. Blue corner coach was calling for a little bit more action out of there. I think he wants a little bit higher volume of output from Mansur CUMALİ.
Stop.
And I think that the tactics of GÜLÜCÜ are starting to kind of get under the skin of CUMALİ. I don't think he wants to fight this herky-jerky kind of a style where he's just kind of holding on and making it an ugly, difficult kind of a fight. He wants to get that one big punch in there, and the style of GÜLÜCÜ may be starting to fluster him a little bit, because you're never going to get that one big solid punch if the other guy's just constantly grabbing you and holding you.
Fight.
He got a couple of big shots in, but not the knockout shot.
Break.
Not yet. He never called for a stop to the action here. That's a very dangerous situation here. When you think that the referee has called for a break or a stoppage and he hasn't, that's when things get out of control. That's what caused the bottles to come flying into the ring at the last event. One of the referee was daydreaming in there.
Fight.
And the fighter went ahead and let him have it with a shot. And boy, did the fans really got bent out of shape. Oh my! The best shot of the night, perhaps, for Gökhan GÜLÜCÜ.
Break.
Oh, and he caught him that time. He may have even actually grazed him with the forearm on that shot, but nevertheless, it did connect, and that's what he's got to do. If I were in his shoes, that's exactly what I would do. If the referee's not calling for a stoppage or a break, do not stop fighting. Keep going until you hear that command to stop.
Stop. Stop.
And there's the end of round number 2. Look at that shot. Clipped him right on the chin. There was 2 big shots in the beginning of round number 2 for CUMALİ. GÜLÜCÜ got a couple of good ones in later in the round. But again, it's a very difficult round to. Oh, he hit him with the elbow that time. It was a grazing blow with the glove, and then when he followed through with the punch, I believe that he hit him with the elbow.
Fighters. Alayım hemen. Alayım.
Great crowd on hand here at the Hendek Sports Hall in Hendek, Sakarya, Turkey for the KOK Fight Series. My name is Daniel Austin here at ringside to call the action, and we have still got one more round left to settle it between these 2 big guys. Here we go. Touch of gloves, and we are underway in this heavyweight contest. Is this the round where somebody finally lands that big shot that they're looking for? GÜLÜCÜ at this point still making it very difficult for CUMALİ to do that. As I mentioned earlier on, GÜLÜCÜ is a very hard guy to deal with in the ring. He's very crafty veteran who knows how to tie you up, limit your offense, and make things frustrating for you. And again, no break being called for, and CUMALİ continues to go to work with the knee.
Fight!
Now GÜLÜCÜ gets a couple of shots in it and wraps him up again. Look, it's not a pretty style. It's not pretty, but it's effective, though. If you can limit how much offense your opponent can do to you, and then sneak in those shots time and time again, then over the course of a fight, that's going to add up. Those points are going to add up. Look, he gets a knee in, and then he immediately clinches it. It's an ugly style to watch, but that's the way he's approaching this fight.
Fight!
Body kick. It's not a crowd-pleasing style, but if you can get enough of those clean scoring techniques in. Whoa, that one almost went right between the legs that time. Knee into the body again by GÜLÜCÜ. That'll score.
Break! Break!
And again, if this is not the kind of crowd-pleasing fight that you expected, well, too bad, because not all of them are. It's a fight between these two guys, and that's what they're doing, the best of their abilities, and that time the referee did step in and assert himself. No stoppage yet. They break themselves. Haven't seen a whole lot of aggression out of Gökhan GÜLÜCÜ in this fight, and that is one of the scoring criteria. It's not a very high one on the KOK scoring criteria. It's down at the bottom, but the level of aggression is taken into account. You've got to give the aggression to CUMALİ. He's much more aggressive. At least he was in rounds 1 and 2. I don't see a whole lot out of him in round number 3. I think CUMALİ is getting tired in there from this big 90, 95 kilogram fighter hanging all over him for 3 rounds. And that is the end of the fight. Very difficult contest to score. It's not a pretty fight, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at highlights in round 3, if there were any. And believe you me, you may be looking at this and saying like, well, they're not even punching as hard as they can. And perhaps they're not, but those still hurt, believe me. Those are big guys in there. Even when they're punching at half speed, those are huge. That would still knock out any random guy on the street here in Sakarya, I believe it.
Red corner, kırmızı köşe, Gökhan.